Have you ever wondered how birds build their nest or what's going on inside a birdhouse? I wanted to show you this birdhouse. This is a bluebird house that we have out here in the corner of our backyard by the woodline. And it's a solar birdhouse. So it doesn't take any electricity. And this is for bluebirds where I live. I'm in South Mississippi. And I'm going to now overlay what's going on inside the birdhouse. So this is an app that you can download, and if you purchase this box off of Amazon, which is where we got ours, and download the app, then it will alert you, or it doesn't have to alert you, but it will record anytime movement triggers the camera. So you'll get to see the dad bird in there scoping out the box because he's the one who looks for the box. And then the ladybird is the one who actually builds the nest. They do help each other. And then when the mama bird has her babies, you get to see the eggs. And then you get to see her nesting on the eggs. You get to see her, in her brood period. And then you get to see the babies hatch and them grow up and the parents feed them. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Please do not buy one of these birdhouses unless you construct your bluebird pole to have a baffle. I'm going to tell you a really horrible story. So, trigger warning. It's a horrible story. I was home one day. We have another bluebird house here in this cluster of palm trees. And we did not have a baffle on it. Didn't know about that. And I was standing at the kitchen sink and I was looking out and I saw the mom and the dad bluebird just going around. This was before I had the camera birdhouse. It was just a regular bluebird house. And they looked like they were in distress and they were just circling. And I looked and I could see the tail end of a snake out of the hole of that birdhouse. And I began to panic and I came outside and I looked and I knew I couldn't grab the snake, but he was in the birdhouse. And let me just say, it was very terrifying and distressing. And I called my husband and that was probably 4 years ago, I would say. And I'm not a crier, as a general rule. And my husband is a physician at the hospital, and he was in the middle of a case. And all of a sudden, after I talked to him, I don't even remember what I said to him, but it wasn't very long. And he whipped up in this driveway and he came in and he's like, "What's going on?" He said, "I've never heard you like that." And he got the snake out of the birdhouse, but of course it was too late. All the babies were gone. And those parents, it's still traumatizing for me to talk about it. So we went right then and we got baffles for all of our birdhouses. And we also have baffles on our bird feeder poles because it keeps the squirrels off. So I do have one place that the squirrels can eat because I like the squirrels and I don't mind the squirrels, but I want to keep them off my bird feeders. So let me show you that. But get the bluebird house. It makes a great gift. And it's so fun to be able to watch the mamas and the daddies raise their babies in there. So let me show you this. I love birds. I love watching the birds. So I have this post with all the bird feeders on it. And then this is a baffle. So it's really funny because you'll see a squirrel try to crawl up this. Well, they do. They crawl up and then they get to this and they're up inside it and they can't do anything. And they can't get around this or climb on this. So it's entertaining to watch them. And I do like that this has, multiple hooks for hanging feeders. I have another one over here. I'll just give you a tour of my backyard while I'm out here. Okay, so we have all of these feeders and this has a baffle as well. Right now, all I have in my feeders is black oil sunflower seed. Usually I have a mixture and I do cracked corn, I do the safflower seed, and I do the sunflower seed, and sometimes I do millet. And I usually have a big container mixed up, but right now I'm down to just black oil sunflower seed. But that attracts the most birds in my area, the southeast Mississippi, southeast United States. I have this old burn barrel and I'm just using it as a platform feeder. So I've got bird seed on top. I do have several bird baths, and I have a camera set up right here, a Nest camera that records the activity at the birdhouse, and also, at the bird bath. Also, I spread deer corn out here, and so this camera records the deer families that come to eat and they drink out of the bird bath. And I also have a little trough right here that I fill up with fresh water for the deer, and other animals like it too. I've seen raccoons, they love it. So this is a fun little activity area at night. And then let me tell you, the pandemic, y'all, the very first day I ever wore a mask inside somewhere, when it got that bad where we had to start wearing masks, my husband and I went to Home Depot. So first place I wore an N95 mask, and I thought I was going to die. But we just bought this little piece of scrap plywood right here, and he put these, little eyelets and strung it up on our pergola here. And this is right where I sit on the couch. I can see this, and this gets tons of bird activity, so much bird activity. This is the fountain that was in the courtyard of the house that I grew up in, which my mother still lives in, but they've redone the courtyard, took this fountain out, and now I have it here. I need to get a new pump for it. It's bad because the bird seed gets in the fountain and then it sprouts and it clogs up the fountain. So I really need to relocate the fountain. I love my wind chimes. Love them so much. And let's see, I've got other bird feeders out here. Let me show you. This is just a shepherd's hook with a platform feeder on it. Love these. The birds, you can see them. You can see them, and it's really easy to fill, and it's really easy to clean. So when you have empty shells, you just dump it like that, and then you can fill it with new bird seed. Now let me show you this. This is very special. This was my grandmother's bird feeder, and I remember filling it up with her as a child. I'm 52, so I would say that it's at least probably 50 years old. And it's hubcaps. Isn't that fun? It's 2 hubcaps. Somebody made it for her. This part comes off, and I can dump off the water or the old seed. And then this is PVC pipe and a metal pipe, and it's actually cemented in the ground here. And I love this. It's very sentimental. It's one of my favorite things. We bought this little fountain off of eBay for the pool, and I love it. It's very easy to connect. It makes a wonderful sound. It's pretty to look at. It's not much, but I really, really love it. And I have read on the Amazon reviews that this fountain cools the water. So in the summer here where it gets so hot, the pool can be like a bath, and it can be too hot. And this cools the water by 8 to 10 degrees. So that'll give us some relief in the, July and August months when it is so hot. I have 2 more. These are kind of ugly because they're so old. But I have 2 more feeders here. They're little porch swings, aren't they cute? And then I have, the drapes are closed, but I have a feeder right here. And the reason it's here is for my cat, because his cat tower is right, bear with me just a second, the wind blew this down, but his cat tower is right inside this window. So I have feeders here for him, and my girlfriend Panda gave me these feeders. They have hummingbirds on them, and they have a little solar light, so they light up at night. But these feeders are for my cat or me. This is the music listening room where we sit right off of our bedroom. So that's a fun tour. We've got all these plantings that were cut back that are starting to bud and grow, and I'm excited because they are all plants that are designed to attract butterflies and hummingbirds. And so they're growing, and I can't wait for summer. We have hundreds of butterflies. So wonderful. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope you enjoyed my little backyard impromptu tour. And if you're interested, pick up one of those bluebird houses with a solar panel, the smart bird houses, that makes a great gift, and you can watch your little bluebird family grow up.